I'm Gary Barwin, and I grew up in Belfast, Northern Ireland, and I moved to Canada when I was 9. My grandparents were Ashkenazi Jews from Lithuania who moved to South Africa. When my parents got married, they moved to Northern Ireland, where I was born, in Belfast, and I lived in Dunmurry. Irishness has been a really big part of my self-identity. Even though I moved when I was young to Canada, I often reflected on Canadian identity, in relationship to where I was born and what it means to have come from Ireland. And I thought a lot about my childhood and the landscape of Ireland and the language and the accents and what it means to have a childhood somewhere else. So this is a poem called Edwin, which reflects on a moment from my childhood in Dunmurry. If Edwin, my eldest brother, had ever been born, he would have been a year older than me. My father, a medical student, had his study beneath the stairs, his window a basement window, and his specimens sealed in jars. A tiny fetus in a translucent sack, a small fetus, pale-fisted, white. Edwin. I'd point him out to my friends. Look, that's Edwin, my older brother, if he'd been born. I think he would have been taller, thinner than me and with short hair. Edwin going before me, growing taller, moving through the neighborhood. He'd score goals, talk to our neighbors at their side door. I know Dad would have taken Edwin to the golf driving range, then let him come with to the pub. Dad sawed down a club for him in the garage, then taped up the handle. My father showing him how to hold it. Line up your thumbs like this, Edwin. Down at the other end of the street. Hey, that's Edwin's younger brother. Okay, you're it. 1002. A miscarriage. They tried to have Edwin before they had me. It was like he went away to a foreign country. And though he was alive, we never saw him, just knew what he was like. And that baby in the jar was Edwin. Before he was born, and what he left behind him when our thoughts of Edwin grew bigger. I miss him. I think of all the times we could have had, all the things I could have asked him. What would it have been like to have him in the next room with his door open, doing homework? I don't know what happened to him after we moved to Canada. My father didn't have a study until we moved again, and there wasn't a shelf below the window like before. I still imagine Edwin back on that shelf with some kids looking in. They go to the street and play football until they're called home for supper.